Welcome back to Code Essentials. I hope you are enjoying the series on the basics of JavaScript. As you can see in the previous videos, we've discussed conditions, data types, loops, operators, and so on. So if you're enjoying these videos, please make sure you like, you comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you help the YouTube algorithm suggest the videos to many people. Now, in today's video, I want us to talk about loops in JavaScript. So generally in programming, loops are used to repeat a block of code for several times, depending on the condition that you want. So for example, if you want to show a message, let's say 10 times, then you can use a loop. It's just a simple example. You can achieve much more with loops. In this tutorial, we shall focus on for loops, do while loops, and the while loop. And for the for loop, so we are going to start with the for loop. Now the syntax for the for loop is you just type in for, then you put the parentheses, then inside the parentheses you have to put the initializer. So here you have the initializer, then semicolon. The next one is the condition. Again semicolon, and then the other one is the expression. So either decrement or increment. So here I can say update the expression. Here you update the expression, and also you have to, so the expression here means decrement or increment. So decrement or increment. Yeah, like that. Then the next one is now the body, the for loop body. So here you have to put the curly brace like that. Then inside here now you have to write the code that you want to execute. Okay, so this is the syntax. So I said the first thing is the initialization, and the second one is the condition. I'm just repeating this, the condition, and then the last one is the update, the expression. So update expression, like so. So here is the comma, or the semicolon I mean. Now if I type in for, so this is an example. I'm saying that, let's say I want to display numbers from 1 to 10. So I have to say I can have a variable and say let number equal to 10. Then I can say for, then for the number, equal to 1, then the number, so the condition here is, I'm saying the number is less than or equal to the number. So this number here is this one. Then I say I want to increment the number. Then here I can say console.log. Then I just want to print the number. Okay, so here I say number. Let's try this out. So here I have to type in node, then loops.js. So make sure here you have your own file. So if it's something else, make sure you write node, then your file name. Now the condition is running infinitely, so I have to say Ctrl C to break out of the loop, because the condition is running for the number is equal to 1. The number is less than or equal to this number, which is 10, then the number is being incremented. So this means that this condition will be true as long as this number is 1. So this as long as this number is less than 10. So as you can see, 1 is already less than 10, and the condition is going to run infinitely. Okay, I want us to run something that will not be infinite, and still I want to display numbers from 1 to 10. Now I have to delete this. Then I say for, let's say I want to declare a number, so I can say let n equal to 10. Then in here the for loop, I say for let then I equal to 1. Then I can say I is less than or equal to n, which is 5. Then I increment the I. Then inside here I can say console.log, then I print I. Okay, so let us try to run this again. You can see I get numbers from 1 to 10. My mouse is snapping too much, but hope you can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10. Okay, let's clear this. So this is the for loop. This means that initially our number is 10, and the initializer, so we are starting at 1. We start counting from 1. That's why we are saying let I, which is the initialization, this one here, we start at 1. Then as long as this I is less than or equal to 10, which is the n, then we are going to increment this I. So when the condition is true here, 1 is less than 10, then we print 1. The next one we increment the 1 and becomes 2. So we adding 1 plus 1 here, we get 2. Then 2 is still less than 10, then we print 2. The next one is 2 plus 1, which is 3. Then 3 is still less than 10, we print 3. Then 3 plus 1 becomes 4, and the loop continues until the condition becomes false. Yeah, so this is the for loop. Then so I can comment this here, and we move to while. So I can say while, the while loop. The while loop, just as the for loop, is also used to repeat the block of code for a certain number of times you specified in your condition. So the while loop evaluates a condition inside the parentheses. So its syntax is you just have to type while, the parentheses, and then the curly braces, like that. So in here we have to pass the condition. Here we just pass the condition and not the initialization or the expression in the for loop. So here we just have to type while, the parentheses, then inside the parentheses you have to pass the condition, and then your code will go inside the curly braces. So it evaluates the condition inside the parentheses, and if the condition evaluates true, then the code inside the while loop will be executed, and then the condition will execute again. So it will continue to execute until the condition is false. So when the condition evaluates to false, the code will jump out of the loop and it will stop executing anything inside the while loop. Okay, so let's see an example. Let's say I want to print numbers. So I want to run an infinite loop. I want to print numbers. So I can say while let I equal to, let's say 1. No, I have to declare a variable here. So I can say let n equal to, let's say 10, and then let n, or let I equal to 1. So the initial value. So inside here I can say I, while I is less than or equal to n, which is 10, I want to print something. So I want the code to execute. So I can say console.log, and in here I just want to print I. Okay, so let me try to run this. So the condition will run infinitely. This is an infinite loop. So to stop this, I have to say Control or Command C to stop the condition or the loop from executing. Otherwise, it will run and run until it crashes the computer. Okay, so to make this, to turn this from infinite loop, I also have to say that I want to increment I, so I have to update the condition. So I can say I plus equal to, then 1, like that. So if I try to run this, you can see it only executes from 1, it only prints from 1 to 10. I hope you can see. So 1, 2, up to 10. Okay, so this is the while loop. So the condition means that if I, which is 1, is less than or equal to 10, so you want to increment this I, so 1 plus 1. The first time we print 1, then we take 1 plus 1, which is 2, and we do the same thing as we did for here for the for loop. Okay, now the next thing is the do while. The do while loop. Here you want to comment this. Now here it will be the do something, then while loop. So the syntax for this one is do something, curly brace, then down there after the do we say while. Say while, then we put in the condition, then here we say condition. Okay, so this is the syntax for do while loop. The program has to execute at least once. That is what it means. So the body of the loop is executed at first, then the condition is evaluated. Another thing is that if the condition evaluates to true, the body of the loop inside the do statement is executed. The condition then continues to execute once more, and if the condition evaluates to true, the body of the loop inside the do statement is executed again. And also the process continues until the condition evaluates to false, then the loop will stop from executing. So the do while is similar to while loop. The only difference is that in do while, the body of the loop is executed at least once. So we have to execute something here at least once before the body of the while loop. Okay, so let us look at an example. So let's say I want to do something, so I say let i equal to 1, then let n equal to 10, just as we did before. Then in here, the do, I say console.log. I want to say I want to console I. Then the condition will be I is less than or equal to n. So as long as it is less than or equal to 10, we're going to do the same thing just as we did for the while loop. Now this is the do while loop. If I try to run this, the condition continues to execute 1 1 1, and this becomes an infinite loop. So I have to say Ctrl C to break the program from executing. Okay, now I want to make sure that this program runs and prints the numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, now to ensure that this program does not execute infinitely, I also have to update the condition just as we did here, so that we stop the condition from executing infinitely, because this 1 will still be less than 10 and it will continue to print this 1. That is what we are getting here. Now I think I have to put a condition and say I want to increment I. So I will not just be 1, but it will be 1 plus 1, which becomes 2. Then it checks the condition, and then if it is less than or equal to 10, it executes until the condition becomes false. Okay, so here I'm going to say I, then plus plus, or you can say I plus equal to 1. Now if I try to run this condition, you can see I get 1 2 3 4 5 up to 10. Okay, now hope you've enjoyed this short video on the basics of JavaScript. Now we are looking at loops. Hopefully this was helpful to you and you are enjoying, since we have done several here for conditions, the switch statements, if else, if statements, and so on. So next time we shall be looking at functions in JavaScript as we continue to enjoy the series. Thank you for watching, and also don't forget to subscribe to Code Essentials, and I'll see you next time.